Hello friends, welcome back to this video. Now, in the previous video, we started with the series that is what are the different kind of charts that we can create in Microsoft Excel. So we started with the clustered column chart in the previous video. Now in this video, we'll be talking about the various formatting options that we have for the chart. So let us see practically how we can format the clustered column chart, and the same concept we can also use it for the other charts. I've already created the cluster column chart from the previous video. Now, when you select the chart, then on the top area, you can see that we are having these two tabs, chart design and the format tab. So if I go to the chart design, then the chart design here, the first button that we see here, that is known as add chart element. If I click on it, so now from here, I can go for axis. I can go for here primary axis. You see that when I put my pointer here, it is showing me here primary horizontal, this is primary vertical. So currently both the axes are over here. Then if I go to the axis titles, then the axis titles, I can put here axis title for the x-axis, for the y-axis. Okay, so here we have all those options: chart title, data labels, data table, error bars, grid lines, legend, trend line, etc. This is one option. The same option we also get over here. When I click on this plus sign here, when I select the chart and when I click on the plus sign, here also we have the chart element. So if I click on this plus sign, you can see that all these options are available. So you can format all these options one by one. Yeah. Suppose if I want to give here this axis title, so I can go to this axis title, and in the axis title I can click the arrow, and now I can decide whether I want to go for the both horizontal and vertical. Let's say I want to go for both one. I will put the axis titles. These are the products, and here in this axis title, I'll write down revenue. Already we have here the title revenue 2020, but I'll write down here revenue. So now you can see that our titles are ready. Now I can also go to this chart title here. Chart title is already available here, but if I want to modify, I can also go to this chart title. I can change the chart title here. Let's say I want to give here the title product wise revenue for 2020, something like this. Likewise, I can go for the data label. Now if I go to the data label, I can put the data label here, center, inside end, inside base, outside end, data call out, and some more options are available. Let's say I go for outside end. So this is looking good currently. I'm not saying that every time you have to use this outside end. You can also use other options. I'll go for outside end. Then I go for this data table. So data table is this one, what you can see below the chart. So here also we are having options. Then we have here the error bars. Then we have here the grid line. In the grid line also, normally we have the horizontal grid line, but I can also go for the vertical grid line like this, or minor horizontal or minor vertical. If I want to see more details for the value, so I can go for this grid line. Then if I go to the legend, now see this is the legend, this color, blue color. Actually here we don't require any legend, to be frank with you. But suppose if we are creating, let's say, stake column chart. So for stake column chart we'll be having different colors. So in that case, this legend position is important. So I can put the legend bottom, top, left, right, or you can also check out these more options. Likewise, we are having here the trend line. Trend line also I can decide whether I want to have linear trend line, exponential, linear forecast, etc. So here we have all those options. Now, if I double click, let's say this title, then you can see that here on the right hand side, we are having the format chart title. So here I can go for fill, some border. Let's say if I go for here solid fill, you can see that now I'm having here the color. Now if I don't like this blue color, I can click on this drop down here. I can go for this orange color here. I can also make it a little bit lighter by increasing the transparency here. Then I can go for the border. Let's say I go for here solid line, and in the solid line I can select any dark color here. So you see that now here we are having the border. Likewise, you can focus on these options here that we have. So if you do it on your own, you will have more confidence. Definitely, I've shown you the major things over here. So whatever this plus sign that we have, the same thing we are also having here in the chart design tab, that is this add chart elements. Then we have here the quick layout. If I click on the layout, then here you can see these various options, layout 1, layout 2. You see that the chart is changing. So here also we have many options. You can decide which option you want to go. Then we have the change color. In the change color, I can select here the color palette. Now actually in this clustered column chart, it will not make any difference. But whenever we are using the stake column chart, Then for the stake column chart, we are having different colors. So I can decide that which color palette I want to use. So these are the various color palette, colorful, monochromatic, etc. Yeah, let's say I go for here this orange color or blue color or this one. You can decide here. So this is the change color. Then we have here the chart styles. If I click on it, then you can see that these are the different kind of chart styles. Whichever is best for you, you can select this one. Let's say I like this dark color, so I can click on it. Then we have here the another option known as switch row or column. If I click on it, so now you can see that here we are having the revenue and the products are shown like this. Actually here it doesn't look good, but yeah, you can switch the rows and column. Let me click again this button. Then I can click on this select data. Now see, I have already shown you this in the last video. If you have not seen the last video, then I'm putting the link on the top of this video. So if I click on this select data, then here I can see this dialog box. So currently we are having the data for revenue 2020. Now here, if I want to also add the revenue 2021 data, then what I have to do, I have to click on this add button here. And when I click on the add button, then I have to click the series name. Series name is this one. Okay, so this is my series name, and then I have to go for the series values. So I click this arrow button here, and now I select all these values. And once I select all these values, then I click this down arrow button here. And when I click the down arrow button, so I'm now having this complete thing. So my series name is this title, and the series values are all these values. I click on OK button, and now here you can see that we are having the revenue 2021 also. So now we are having two revenues. I click on OK button, and now you see here we are having the two columns for both the revenue for each of the product. So this is how you can bring the data into the chart. Then you can also change the chart type. Let's say instead of this column chart, if you want to convert it into a bar chart, let's say, then you can click on this change chart type, and then this dialog box will come up here. And in this dialog box, instead of column chart, I can go for, let's say, this bar chart. In the bar chart, I'll go for this clustered column chart, or let's say this one stake column chart. Let me go for clustered column chart. If I click on OK button, so now this is my clustered bar chart. So this is how you can modify. Let me go again. I click on undo button. This is how we can go for the change chart type. Then I can also go for this move chart. If I click on the move chart here, in the move chart, I can move this chart to another sheet or another existing sheet also. So here, let's say if I go for this new sheet, if I select this new sheet and if I give some name here, chart one or whatever you want to give the name, new clustered column chart, and if I click on OK button, then what will happen that now we are having a new sheet over here which is having the name new clustered column chart, and now in the new clustered column chart sheet I'm having the chart. Yeah, it is only containing the chart. So this move chart is also a great option over here in this chart design. So here we have seen these various options in the chart design tab. Now in the next video we'll be seeing the different options that we have in the format tab. So see you then in the next video. Thank you very much.